Hello and welcome back to another video with me, Meoni, for Final Fantasy XIV. In 7.3 we got a brand new series of PvP where you do any sort of PvP to contribute towards your series milestones. Series 9 then has a plethora of rewards. We've looked at the emotes, the framers kits and the minions so far, but rank 25 is the Air Cell Attire coffer, which, yes, let's go and have a look at this. I was kind of hoping for a mount personally. Maybe you were too, but we got a glamour. Let's look at this together. Okay then, this is the Air Cell Attire, which comprises of 5 pieces, a hood, a jacket, gloves, some shorts, and some feet. This is very clearly designed to be Final Fantasy XIV's equivalent of tech wear, which is essentially what you might see DJs and all sorts of rappers and things wear in real life at shows. And yeah, basically comes with the straps on the shorts, which this time specifically are of this really interesting transparent sort of neon green material as a base. And if we take off the actual top, you'll notice how things look. Basically, there's kind of like a harness belt at the top that runs around the back of the character from the front, with the straps more visible at the front. And you can see that transparency is also at the bottom of the shorts as well. But that gives you a better idea of just how long those straps are, because the top actually covers quite a lot of it. The boots are incredibly unique. They also have this weird sort of invisible section, like there's a transparent sort of bubble around the bubbles on the bottom of the sole of the shoes there. I don't know if you can see that on YouTube, but it's really strange. They are really weird boots, and I don't know if I like them or not, honestly. They're very, wow, different. Very different indeed. I can't imagine what it would be like to walk around in these in real life either. Yeah, very interesting, futuristic, sort of neo-techwear boots. If you like that kind of thing, you'll love these, I suppose. With that top turned off, this is a better look at the actual hood. You'll notice that the hood itself has these kind of like frayed marks on it as well, which is an interesting detail that I didn't expect to see on this. I thought it was just going to be a basic texture, but there is a little bit of damage to the hood, like this has actually been worn, you know, on the street, so to speak. The second palette, as you can see, is very clearly that green section, with the primary palette of those dyes being that black section as well. One thing I did notice on this is in this patch, they added fringes to a lot of headpieces. This does seem to just turn off your hair. So we're going backwards with some of these items. Hopefully in the future this gets updated to show fringes poking through. Something else you can't necessarily see quite clearly without taking off the chest piece is the gloves. They have this interesting orange sort of emblem on there as well, with that sort of neon green underneath. I quite like the gloves. The use potential of those is quite good, because more often than not, if there is a top in the game that's not quite long enough, yeah, we're looking for sorts of things like this to extend it. And of course, one of the go-to things right now that people are doing is they're combining this with some of the other PvP gear to make it look a bit more snugly. For example, this is obviously the Air Cell armlets with Sut Black on both palettes, because the secondary palette on those is the actual design, combined with the critical hit C1 Tor jacket, which is from Trophy Crystals, and the Wintertide sheath skirt, which makes a quite snugly looking you know, extension of that jacket. Just a typical example of what people are doing to, you know, alter things and combine things together. It's really quite cool, isn't it? But yeah, it's not a bad set. I just wanted to point out that Fran used another Fantasia because she missed her tail, so she's back to Mikote now. My girlfriend is using Fantasias like, I don't know, some kind of fruit pastels or something. She can't get enough of them. So let's look at the dyes then. So default color, pretty cool. We've gone for obviously light colors in one direction, and then from the other direction in the secondary palette here as well. To give you a good demonstration, I think it looks better in brighter colors because you can see the transparency more on the straps for the second palette. But darker muted colors like your Regal Purple, for example, and Othard Blue, and you know, stuff like that, they're a little bit too muted for you know, the character that's jumping out of the screen with this sort of gear. You're better off with metallics and your neon colors. They look really good on this set if you like it in the first place. The one thing I will notice is the little bubbles on the boots as well. That's quite humorous how they die. So you can have little different multicolored bubbles. But yeah, neon green, neon yellow. Perfect. Awesome. They're from Cosmic Exploration, those dyes. I love the new dyes they added in that patch in 7.2 series. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. I never thought we would get so many modern sort of outfits in this game. I'm not sad about it. I just think I'm ready for a new style now. There's some really good options with this set, though. I can't be mad at it. Like, the gloves are great. I can definitely reuse those, and I'll probably end up reusing those shorts. Not too sure about the hood or the shoes. They're not my cup of tea. The jacket is okay, but I'm not sure I want to take up so much real estate with that jacket. It also annoys me that the black undershirt isn't part of that dye palette either. So there we go. It's not a bad set. It's just not my cup of tea. You might be looking at this and going, wow, I really want that. And that's cool. That's awesome. Just a better look then at how the shorts and the gloves dye. Thought it would be nice to have a better sort of close up of those because you can't really see them with the jacket turned on. So those straps are nice and long, and there is quite a bit of transparency with those. To try and get a better idea of that transparency, I did a zoomed in shot here. I don't know if it really comes across on YouTube, but yeah, depending on the color you choose for the secondary palette on those shorts, it's gonna, you know, change whether or not there's more opacity or not as well. The best thing about this set, even if you don't necessarily like it, or if you do, like me, if you're starved on glamour storage space, you can store this as a glamour outfit, taking what would normally take 5 slots, take up just 1. That is the best thing about the glamour system and the outfit system. Love that. Nice to add that to our collection. Otherwise, I'd probably not bother. I couldn't think of something to come up with for this. Fran decided to put this glamour together, which is, I don't know, you might like it or not. But yeah, it's not a bad outfit. There are definitely parts of it I would reuse myself. Let me know what you think about this. Were you too also hoping for a mount like I was? I don't know, maybe in the future. Much love, more videos on the way, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.